It is. Hold on, I'm checking levels. What's up, real fans?
Ugh.
Not good.
Real fans? I think ticket holders is really good. I like ticket holders for the audience name.
All right. Well, it's kind of fun to just like.
It is fun.
I like
hearing
every time. Ticket holders, welcome back to Two Tickets Please, which takes place on a Thursday. My name's AJ.
I'm Jackson,
and we are the film experts who talk about
film
nonsense.
experts.
We talk about film nonsense, and last week we skipped a very important segment to this podcast, so I think we're going to go ahead and just start with it. Do you have a say that again line?
You should go first.
Okay, I have a fun say that again line, which
let me
is actually going to be the episode title. I came up with this last night.
Okay.
My say that again line is a line from Ron Burgundy in Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Oh, I love that movie.
Well, me too. One of the funniest comedy movies I've ever seen. Honestly.
It's so good.
60% of the time, it works every time. Ron Burgundy.
Boom.
Boom. That's a say that again line.
I had a different one in mind, but I'm going to go off of that one.
Okay, all right.
My say that again line comes from Avengers: Infinity War.
Oh.
When Chris Pratt's character Star-Lord says to Iron Man, I'm half human, so that percent of me that's stupid, that's 100% you. And he goes, your math is blowing my mind. The banter in Infinity War between them is so funny.
It's so good.
That team on Titan is so funny.
That's amazing.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, there's the Say That Again segment. That got us another minute.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know how far we'll make it in. Here we go. Do you want to tell us about The Amateur?
There we go, guys. Recent movies we've seen recently.
We're back with another recent movies we've seen recently. Today, actually, it's a brand new segment because it's recent movie that Jackson's seen recently.
So, over Easter break, I live far away from school, so I didn't go home. So, AJ left me and went to London.
I did go to London, which we don't need to talk about on the podcast.
Why not?
I mean, we can, I guess.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
But I stayed here, and at one point, I went to see a movie. Also, quick side tangent, going to see movies by yourself is not weird.
No, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. Oh, wait, another quick side tangent, actually. Something movie-related that I saw in London is I took my picture next to the Craven the Hunter poster, which was in the subway in London. And then also, me and my brother took our picture next to the Minecraft movie poster, which was on the subway in London.
So anyway. You saw all the must-see London sites.
I was going to say, so we were at like Big Ben Tower Bridge, but no, we were taking pictures in front of posters.
How do you spell amateur? Jeez.
Amateur?
Yeah, I can't spell, guys.
Well, fun. Brand new segment, fun facts about the Two Tickets Please host.
Jackson
can't
spell.
Jackson can't spell.
Okay, so yeah, my amateur. There you go. Okay, so I went to see this movie by myself, which is cool. If you haven't done it, don't call me crazy and weird. Go to a movie by yourself and just it's fun. Like I went and I got a large drink and I sat there by myself in an empty theater and I had a great time.
You kind of didn't sell it well.
What do you mean? Is that not selling it well?
I mean, you were like, I got a large drink and went to an empty theater by myself.
No, okay, I'll say it more excitingly.
Yeah.
I got a large drink, and I went to the theater, and it was empty. It was just me. And I sat there, and I sprawled out. I laid out. I put my stuff all over the theater. I chose whatever seat I wanted. I sat in the dead middle, of the near the back, the best movie seat there is. And then I sat there and watched this movie by myself, and it was fire. And I think it's fun. This movie wasn't particularly that good, but sometimes, I saw Gladiator 2 by myself, and I had a great time.
Yeah, I apologize for the peeking there. Kind of wasn't expecting that, but we're good to go.
I'm loud.
So
now talking about the actual movie.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
I saw the movie called The Amateur. This movie stars...
Who's naming these things? They're doing a really good job.
This movie stars Rami Malek, who you might know from what is he in?
Academy Award-winning actor.
Yeah, he's in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, he's
Freddie Mercury.
He's the villain in No Time to Die also.
Oh yeah, and I think he's on the show like Mr. Robot. I haven't seen that, but that's a big show. He won like a lot of awards for that.
Yeah.
But he's oh wait, the role low-key I most know him for is what's his name? Amun-Ra from Night of the Museum.
Oh yeah.
He's great in those.
Oh yeah, that's that.
I'm pretty sure that's like his first thing he's in.
Probably.
Dude, Night of the Museum is a great movie. Sorry.
It really is.
Okay.
Tangent. All right.
So this movie, let me read the tagline. Here we go. Synopsis.
A synopsis.
Synopsis, not synapsis.
This guy's been saying synapsis
my mom
since
texted
day
me
one.
and said it's synopsis, not synapsis.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
So
but
thanks.
man,
I'm so
thank
sorry.
you, Jackson's mom, for actually correcting him because I've been saying it right this whole time.
I'm sorry. So here's a synopsis. Charlie Heller is a brilliant CIA decoder whose world comes crashing down when his wife dies in a London terrorist attack.
Wow.
When his supervisors refuse to take action, his intelligence becomes the ultimate weapon as he embarks on a dangerous trek across the globe to track down those responsible. That actually makes the movie sound cool.
I know. Does it end? Okay, real quick. Does it end with a "this isn't you" type ending when he's like trying to kill all of his wife's killers and he like doesn't because it's not good?
A little bit. It kind of does. Yeah.
Wow.
But
so it's a good moral standing movie.
It's like the definition of mid. Like it's just
you gotta tell us why.
It's just okay. This movie just came out. I don't know if you guys are gonna go see this. Like, I'm not crazy recommending.
I'm not gonna go see it.
It's not very good. It has a 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Like, it's just kind of
that's like Minecraft movie level.
It's just kind of okay, but it's not like funny. Okay, so like Rami Malek does a good job, but it's kind of like, it's like exactly what I just read. It's like so generic. It's like, guess what? The CIA is doing shady stuff behind your back.
Well, also
surprise.
Also, didn't Novocaine have like the same concept? It was like a guy who falls in love, and then when his girlfriend gets like kidnapped, he goes to find her.
Sorta.
It's like kind of the same concept.
We didn't see that.
No, we didn't see it, but still.
But his wife, his wife dies. In the terrorist attack, and he's like, I don't know. It just kind of feels like I've seen this movie 100 times in other movies. Like, he's super smart, and he's using his smarts to catch the bad guys because the CIA is shady and doesn't want things coming out about them. Like, that happens in every movie like this.
Yeah.
And, he goes after him. It's kind of... it's kind of cool how he uses, like, his smarts and stuff to, like kill some of the guys. But then, it does kind of end in, like a...
Like the pool?
I'm not a murderer kind of way after he already killed several people.
How was it like the pool shattering scene?
Oh, that was cool because he's like smart, so he freezes he freezes the pool or something, then cracks it, and then the guy falls to his death. Which is pretty crazy.
There's some use of smarts there.
But I don't know. Rami Malek does fine. John Bernthal in this movie.
How's he?
Who I really like, and
he's pretty good.
He's freaking barely in this movie.
Oh,
he shows up at the beginning, and I was like, wait, this movie could be good because John Bernthal is good in everything. Mm-hmm. And then he shows up for like a 2-minute scene, and then at the end he shows up for like a 3-minute scene.
Wow.
He's barely in this movie. He's good. He's good in everything.
How high is he billed?
What's that?
How high is he billed?
I don't know. When I looked up this movie, he's third.
He's third.
And he's in the movie for like 3 minutes.
Wow. That's how they get you, man.
It's just weird. Some of the characters' motivations is really weird. There's Lawrence Fishburne's character, trains him a little bit, but then is like sent to kill him. But then he's like, nah, I'm not really here. Like, you're cool, man. And then he tries to kill him again. And then you're like, what is happening? At one point, it's like he's being followed because he's like on the run from the CIA because he's like doing this rogue, basically. And Lawrence Fishburne's character is like there after him. And then there's this random other CIA guy there after him that isn't actually a character. And then they end up fighting. And I was like, oh, so is he a good guy? And then they just never talk about it.
Weird.
And I'm like, well, okay.
That's interesting.
But moral of the story, this movie's pretty mid. If you want to go see a movie just to see a movie, sure. But like, it's pretty mid. It's not worthwhile. Like, it's fine.
All right.
There you go. That's my review of The Amateur.
Review of the Amateur, probably not.
But it was still fun because going to see movies in the theater is fun.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I hope there's theaters forever because I would love to always see a movie in a theater. You know?
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to leave now.
All
okay.
Right, what's next?
Well, you don't have anything else you want to talk about?
I didn't see anything else in theaters that came out.
Okay. Because I think we're going to transition to probably what we're going to talk about for a majority of the episode here.
Okay.
We have some three different like huge news in the film like realm.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of talk about it. It pertains to some new releases, some rule changes of certain academies.
Interesting.
And yeah, so let's just get right into it. We're going to start by talking about Sinners. I have yet to see the film Sinners.
Me neither.
By Ryan Coogler, which I want to, actually. Now I didn't want to at first, but now I kind of want to.
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot, kind of the same. When trailers coming out for this, and even like right before it came out, I think I've specifically like said out loud to you, "Oh, I'm not gonna go see that."
Yeah,
I was like, "This just does not seem like my kind of movie."
I was the same way,
but I feel like we got to see it just because apparently it's great.
Yeah,
apparently it's really good.
It's really good, and I want to see it now because it's making history, and I'm about to explain why.
Yeah.
Here is the question that was begged on the dailies was, did Warner Brothers accidentally usher in the end of the studio system?
Oh, wow.
And so it kind of seems like everyone's freaking out about it. Here's why. Here's the details of Ryan Coogler's contract. The film was produced for $90 million.
Okay, so not crazy.
No, not crazy. He was given full creative control on the film. He earns money on day one of the film's release, which for a director of his prowess is very, like, that never happens. That's for Spielberg or Scorsese type directors. Okay. And then Coogler owns the film outright, completely, for 25 years until evaluation, where he will probably continue to own the film after that. So those are the crazy specs of his contract. And so we're going to take a look about how did Warner Bros. Get here? Why on earth would they accept this contract? And it all relates to the pandemic. In 2023, they were still struggling with their decision, that the decision that they made during the pandemic to release all the films on HBO Max, all of their slate on HBO Max. They weren't putting anything, or they didn't plan to put anything in theaters. Mm-hmm. And fun fact, this decision actually drove away Christopher Nolan from working with Warner Brothers. He didn't want to do it anymore because he didn't want his films to go right to HBO Max.
Yeah.
He wanted them in theaters.
Yeah.
And so this is the reason why they accepted Coogler's deal. No other studio at this time would have accepted it. So I don't know if he just got lucky or played his cards right, but this is what happened. And so they gave him this absurd, well, quote unquote absurd contract. It shouldn't be absurd. I personally think. I really like this contract. I don't need to get into that now. But, yeah. So now the question is, how does this deal actually affect the studio system? And it's kind of funny because some people are describing this as Armageddon for the studio's business model. Mm-hmm. This is, I mean, they make money from owning the film. Like, they make money from the copyright and licensing. They make money from streaming it from the merchandise. Warner Bros. Owns nothing of Sinners. Coogler owns it all. Like, that's crazy. Well, from what I understand, is Coogler owns the entire film. Basically, they're losing long-term revenue streams from the project. Ones that they would be making money for, like, decades on this film. But they're not anymore because of the deal. So that's just some crazy stuff. Some people are calling, like, the deal, like the fuss around it, kind of dramatic or overblown. Because, I mean, Tarantino obviously has had deals like this in the past, but he is Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, Mel Gibson has had a couple as well, but again, he's Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Ryan Coogler's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
But actually, what has he done? He's done, like, Black Panther. the other Black Panther.
The other Black Panther.
And some other things.
Like he's a great filmmaker.
He hasn't done that much though.
He's a great filmmaker. He described his motivation for proposing the deal as a black director, or as it's important that a black director is owning a film about black ownership. Was kind of his like only motivation for proposing that deal to Warner Bros. So that's pretty cool.
He did.
He did the Creed movies?
He did the Creed movies. So he literally just does Michael B. Jordan movies.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Michael B. Jordan are just really tight or something. I don't know.
Hey, the Creed movies are good.
They are good. Yeah, and now there's promises from studios that they're never handing out a deal like this again.
Yeah.
But I think since the industry is constantly changing, and with the rise of indie filmmaking along with this deal, a future where filmmakers own the rights to their films isn't unlikely. And it's also kind of my preferred option, which, because, I don't want to create a film, create this work of art, create all these characters, work really hard on it for it just to be owned by someone else. Like,
I mean, yeah.
I would like for my company to own that.
I mean, do you think this movie's like... I mean, he owns it and everything, but like, do you think this movie's making like that much money like long term? Like, I know it's doing well right now, but like...
within the next 10 years, between streaming and stuff.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Like it goes further than just box office benefits.
Yeah.
Because right now it's grossed 80 million worldwide. Its budget was 90 million, and it opened last weekend. So it's already going to make more than its budget. So it's already deemed a successful film.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's Sinners, the Warner Brothers deal.
We need to see it.
Yeah, we have to. I got to see this movie now, just because of how historic this deal is for the the film industry.
Yeah,
because Coogler is a director who typically should never get a deal like this, according to what the studio system is. But the desperation of Warner Brothers to put something good in theaters after their rough decisions, kind of ushered that in. So that's a really interesting piece of news that I did some research on. Most of that information is from the dailies, by the way. I thought I should give them credit, as is the next two big pieces of news that I have, which that took less time to talk about than I thought it would. So.
That's fine. Let's move on.
All right. I also have film development news after that as well.
Okay.
Next. So did we touch on the film Niza 2?
No.
On the podcast? I feel like we've brought it up before.
Maybe.
The highest grossing animated film of all time is a Chinese film called Niza 2.
Okay.
You've heard of this film.
I've heard of it just because it made a lot of money.
And the first one. It made a lot of money all over the world. It's making history. Mm-hmm. And we got to talk about why and how.
Okay.
It is the highest grossing animated film ever, which I already said. We know that. Distributors of the film are going to hire quote-unquote well-known voice actors to dub the characters to re-release in American screens.
Oh, okay.
So
what's this movie even about?
I don't know. We could probably figure it out. Let's look. But like well-known voice actors, we got I don't know, J.K. Simmons doing something. I don't know. Stuff like that. Okay, Niza 2.
Okay, I looked up Niza 2 and Nissan came up. So.
Following the tribulation, although the souls of Niza and Ao Bing were preserved, their physical bodies will soon be destroyed. Tai Zhen Ren plans to use the seven-colored lotus to reshape their physical forms, but encounters numerous difficulties. What will become of Niza and Ao Bing? That doesn't really tell me anything about the movie. Maybe we should read what the first one is about.
What? I didn't get any of that.
Me neither.
Interesting.
Anyway, that is the highest grossing animated film of all time.
There's no way.
I don't really know. It's interesting. So I'm also gonna touch on the history that this film has made. Over 1,000 screens in America screened this film with just subtitles, and it made a ton of money. So they're getting voice actors to do it, to re-release it. And it was like 400 screens in Australia or something like that. So like some crazy stuff. Here's the biggest piece of history that it made. Mm-hmm. It screened at the, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Odeon Leicester Square in London. Mm-hmm. And that is a venue that is typically reserved for James Bond, like, films and Marvel films. Like, that's it. Like, that's what it's reserved for. And it screened at that.
Saw it too.
It made history screening at that theater in London. So that's crazy. A Chinese film company, I think part of the Chinese state, wants to grow into a film powerhouse. They plan to grow into a film rival, or a film company that can rival Hollywood. So,
wow,
they kind of want to grow their film industry to rival Hollywood, which is interesting because there are now 5 Chinese titles set to shoot within this next year that will be using IMAX cameras. So they're not stopping at cartoons. Or like animated films. They're going further. They're doing IMAX, which is like something huge that Hollywood has been doing. So That's crazy. And in the past, Hollywood has typically adapted their films for Chinese audiences. The opposite is now happening in China. They're adapting their films for American audiences. That's our big second news piece.
Will we go see Nisa 2 if they release it?
I think we have to.
Okay. We got to now. We talked about it.
We talked about it on the podcast. We have to see it. I don't really know. I feel like we have to watch the first one.
I don't know what it's about.
The first one's more confusing to me.
Very peculiar. What's our next bit of news?
Well, this is kind of my favorite one, actually, that we're about to talk about.
Okay.
So, in the past, we have negatively talked about a certain establishment. Maybe not super negatively, but in our podcast, Season 1, Episode 2, reflected this academy, some would say, in a negative light.
Okay.
The episode title was The Oscars Stink. Well, the Oscar rulebook just got updated.
The rule book?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a extensive list of rules. Here are some of... We're going to talk about the most notable change because I think it's groundbreaking.
Okay, let's hear
All right?
it.
I think it's absolutely groundbreaking. This is huge news. Mm-hmm. Most notably, voters must watch all nominees in the category before they can vote. The Academy...
I feel like that should have been a thing by now.
The Academy will track this on their members-only streaming platform. For films watched elsewhere, like premieres and other stuff, they will have an extensive form to fill out for proof of watch. Bro. This is a groundbreaking idea.
There's no way.
This is incredible.
There's no way that wasn't already a thing.
Maybe the people who vote for the winner should watch all the films first. I don't know.
Gosh.
Wow, this is huge news. That means that we're not going to have another problem like we did this Oscars.
That's ridiculous.
Literally, sometimes people just did not watch all the films in the category. That wasn't a rule before.
It's like, yo, this is better than this because I haven't seen the other thing.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Isn't that insane?
They have to make that a rule. Like,
so this groundbreaking rule change is enormous for the Oscars because it extends, I don't know, people's, I don't know. This is a given. Yeah, if you are voting for movies, you should be watching all of them. If you are not, shame on you. You should not be in the Academy at that point.
How is this
because at that point, you're not even in it for the love of cinema, I would think. You're kind of in it for whatever own personal gain you're going to get out of that.
Yeah,
you know?
that's really
like, come on. What are we doing here? Now you have to watch all of them, and if you don't, you're not voting. Good for the Academy for actually doing something about this problem. So that's awesome. That's probably the most notable one. There's a bunch of other ones, like name recognition. Now ballots will display names of the filmmakers instead of just the titles of the films.
Okay, cool.
Which I guess that one's not too big because they'll go up and accept their Oscar.
Yeah, they go up anyways.
So. Right after. But casting gets a moment. So there will be a 10-film shortlist and there will be a casting winner. So whoever has the best casting, I guess.
I like that. That's cool.
I do too. I think Some people cast their films really well, and some people don't, and it's really cool that that's going to get some recognition. Also, I've heard rumors, I don't know how true they are, of stunts getting a category, but not this next year.
Why?
I think it'll be...
Well, yeah, why doesn't stunts have one? They should definitely make
That's
that.
a great question.
They should
I think
definitely make that a
stunts should
category.
absolutely have a category. It might be hard to track.
I guess.
Because it'd be based on stunts on set, and not everybody could track that, I don't think. I don't know. Or stunt coordination. Who knows?
There'd be a way.
I've heard rumors that stunts will get a category, but not this next year.
Okay, it should.
There is no trash talking. Members are banned from publicly criticizing the film's techniques. I wrote publicly twice in that sentence. It was late when I wrote this. They cannot trash talk a film's techniques of how they make the film. So
why not?
All the filmmakers who were tweeting about The Brutalist can't, or all the Academy members who were tweeting about The Brutalist can't do that again.
I don't like that.
I think that everyone should be able to speak their mind freely.
Don't criticize other things.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. It's really interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah. So
I guess everything's so amazing. All of these movies are perfect. That's what they gotta say now.
Yeah, basically.
That's weird.
It's weird. I don't know how I feel about that one. And I don't know how I feel about this last one.
Oh, okay.
There are AI boundaries, but AI will not hurt your Oscar chances. But human creativity, quote unquote, must be at the center of your work.
Okay, so you can't
how
just
it is
submit
written.
An all AI film. Good.
Yeah, you can't just submit an all AI film. But if you use it for dialogue, I don't know, however you can do that to make your dialogue better or enhance other things, or like how The Brutalist did it with accents or language or something.
That's weird.
That won't hurt your chances. I don't know how they're going to enforce that, because if it comes out that an Oscar-nominated film used AI for this...
it's just going to affect their
it's
thoughts on the film.
It's going to affect how the voters are going to vote after they've seen all the movies. Yeah, sorry. I'm more excited about the fact that...
No, yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's you can't make a rule that, what happens in your mind, thoughts of a movie.
Exactly. And I don't think that's what they're saying. I just think for, actually getting nominated, AI is not going to hurt that chance.
Okay.
Which
fine.
I don't agree with, but here we are. I think there should be no AI. Anyway, that's all the film news aside from I have a couple things on development.
Oh, okay.
But that's all the film news, all the groundbreaking film news, because now everyone in the Academy has to watch, or if you're voting, you have to watch all the movies.
That's how is that not a thing already?
I don't know. Maybe it was, and this is all wrong, but I got this from a very reliable source. I got this from a very reliable source. So, I don't know.
No, I think I've known that hasn't been a rule, because, people haven't watched.
Yeah, people have not watched all the films to vote
it's crazy
for the biggest film
it's crazy that
awards ever.
Thing.
That's insane. So, good on them for actually updating the rule, I guess. Let's talk film development news.
All right, let's hear it.
We've got Michael Bay and Sydney Sweeney teaming up to develop a movie adaptation of Sega's classic arcade game Outrun for Universal. What that game is?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Yeah, Outrun? Outrun what?
It doesn't say.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this movie is probably gonna be bad because Sydney Sweeney's in it.
It is. It's like a 2D car racing game.
Okay, so what is it? What are they gonna make a movie about?
It's probably gonna be like Fast and Furious.
With such amazing actors like Sydney Sweeney.
I don't know if she's acting or producing.
She's producing.
Michael Bay is definitely directing. I don't know if she might act and produce, which then we'd be in
trouble.
Then we'd be in real trouble if that happened.
She can't act at all. Michael Bay's cool. It could just be stupid fun because it's Michael Bay,
That's very true. Yeah, Michael Bay's.
Every Michael Bay movie will have a ton of explosions and stuff. So
yeah, it's just like a masculine experience.
Yeah.
It's not like a good movie.
It could, yeah. If it's anything like Transformers, it'll be good.
Yeah.
If he just blows up a lot of stuff and has fast cars.
Yeah. So that's a fun film development news.
Interesting.
I've got one more that's really interesting.
Yeah.
This is really funny. A live action Toys R Us movie is in the works.
What? What?
It will be made by Story Kitchen, and it will aim to capture the brand's nostalgic magic in a modern adventure film.
It doesn't even exist anymore.
Okay, do you want to take like 5 minutes and each like come up with a plot of what the Toys R Us movie will be like? Because I already have one in my head.
What? I have no idea. Like,
all right.
Besides it being like a Toy Story ripoff of like everything coming to life in the store.
No. Well, kind of. Okay. Here's how I picture it, all right? Picture night at the museum.
Okay.
And everything comes to life in the store at night.
Yeah.
But instead of Ben Stiller at the center, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Zachary Levi.
Of course it would be Zachary Levi.
I mean, yeah, of course it would be. Because Harold and the Purple Crayon, right? I think
he would fit that.
I think that for the Toys R Us movie, we should have Zachary Levi star. And hey, I'm not hating on Zachary Levi. I really like Zachary Levi, but I think he would fit that role
He would, dude.
super well.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
So that's a couple.
Yeah, what else would the plot be besides like the stuff coming to life?
Well, Toys R Us like closed down, right? Because I haven't seen one in a long time.
Yeah, they closed a while ago.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Why are they making a movie about a closed department store?
Zachary Levi could be the worker at Toys R Us who has worked there his whole life, extending his childhood. And they're closing the stores down.
He has to say goodbye to all his friends.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to say goodbye to all his friends that he lives in the Toys R Us with, all the toys. Yeah. He wants to keep the store open, so he's gonna figure out a way to use the toys,
but then he
and
fails
himself and their wits.
But then he fails because Toys R Us closes.
No, but this is fiction, man. In this world, Toys R Us can stay open.
Toys R Us is so
in this multiverse.
No, it's just
in this universe.
It's just a whole. The entire movie is just like, but yo, Toys R Us is back.
Yes.
At the very end, they're like, oh, Toys R Us are now returning everywhere.
And then they reopen thousands of stores across America and give me good deals on Legos.
Exactly.
Anyway.
There you go.
Man, what a movie. This is going to be great.
I think we broke down the plot.
I'm excited for this. And it's got to be Zachary Levi.
Of course.
Who could we cast as like the love interest actress that would fit a role? Like she's like a businesswoman and she doesn't believe in the magic of play anymore.
Probably Sydney Sweeney.
Actually, let's just have Michael Bay direct this one too, and then we can get some explosions.
And the whole Toys R Us just blows up.
Yeah, at the end, they're like, Toys R Us is back. Just kidding. Boom, it blows up.
It should be Michael Bay directs, and then there's like Transformers toys.
Yes. Okay, wait. Actually, I have another idea that we could add to this plot.
Okay, let's hear it.
So instead of Toys R Us, him keeping Toys R Us open, it actually still closes.
Mm-hmm.
But it prompts him to open his own toy store where the toys still come alive at night.
Okay.
And so he can keep all his friends, his new like wife, who will be Sydney Sweeney, and then he just still lives in it. It's like a small toy store, though. It's not like a big one. It's like a local establishment.
His own little homie toy store.
Exactly.
I
And
think
that is the live-action Toys R Us
I don't
movie.
know who's directing it, but it should be us.
Hold on.
Put us in the
what studio is doing this?
Put us in the writer's room and give us the reins of this project, because we know what we're doing. Apparently,
I was gonna say, man, that's called Oscar winning right there, because everyone who votes will have to watch the movie. Man,
can't wait to see the Toys R Us movie.
Me neither. I'm gonna Story Kitchen. Listen, Jackson and I are sitting right here, and we pitched the perfect plot to you.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. We'll direct it. We're asking another studio to let us direct a film or films for them. Come on now. We're here. Let us do it.
Come on now.
That's about all I got. Yeah.
That's
all the film news that I came across.
Big film news.
Big film news. We talked about it a lot today. I'm just excited for the Toys R Us movie now.
I'm so excited. Dude, you know what I am really excited for?
What are you really excited for?
A bunch of us are gonna go see Revenge of the Sith this weekend in theaters when it re-releases.
Somehow we're back to Star Wars again.
I'm just mentioning it because it is a theater experience we're going to see.
When are we seeing that?
We're seeing it Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. So I guess we can kind of talk about it next week.
I implore all of you to go watch this in theaters if it's coming out, because it's the 20th anniversary. Go see this thing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
and you know what comes out like right after?
Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah.
This is a little film forecast for y'all.
Yeah. So excited to see that.
Yeah. That'd be really exciting. How do we think Thunderbolts is going to be?
I think it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be good too, because early screenings are showing good promise.
Exactly. Early reviews are saying
for the success of Thunderbolts.
It looks really good. So I'm excited.
Me too. I'm hoping for something good, not like a Brave New World situation.
Yeah. Well, it's getting way better reviews and like stuff than that. So
and like we talked about a couple weeks ago, release date matters. It's in May, not in February.
Yeah. People actually go see this.
So, yeah, I'm very excited. That'd be a good movie. And then we got an awesome summer ahead of us with Fantastic Four, Superman.
We got a new Fantastic Four trailer.
We did.
We did,
man.
What did we see new? We saw Mr. Fantastic use his powers for the first time.
We did. It looks good.
It looks pretty cool. He looks stretchy. He looks cool.
He looks elastic.
Looks very stretchy.
We got to see Galactus take a stroll through New York.
Yep, he's there.
He's just taking a stroll.
We got to see Silver Surfer for the first time. What'd you think about that?
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know that you're not a huge fan of this, and we talked about it.
I don't know. I mean, it's like...
What did you think?
I mean, like, well, she, first... Why? But... There's like, I've seen people say it's like I'm glad they didn't like over detail it, but like, she just looks like just looks like a person got covered in like melted lead.
I mean,
which is I know that
is what Silver Surfer looks like.
I know the person, but like, there's no definition. It just looks like a little like blob man, and I don't love it.
Okay.
No, listen.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay, so like the Silver Surfer from like the other ones, it's like the classic like comic book like crazy muscles, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like definition and stuff and like his body in the silver. And then with this trailer, it just looks like the most like I don't know what's the word, like flat. It's just like just silver.
Like just no
there's no definition or anything.
Like really really soft lit. Not like harshly lit, no shadows, no definition, you know?
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
It just looks like freaking...
It's a little film knowledge for you guys.
It looks like flat normal. I don't know. Actually, like... It'll be fine. I don't know.
It's very metallic-y.
It's very... I don't know. It'll be fine. I'm just so confused why they did this. But the trailer looks good overall. Like, I'm excited. I mean, I'm not going to get any more or less excited for this movie, I guess. Like, I'm excited to see it.
That's very true. And my man Pedro Pascal's in it, and you guys know how I feel about him. Speaking of, season 2, episode 2 of The Last of Us was heartbreaking. I'm not going to talk about it, but
yeah, because I don't watch it.
Yeah, it's like my favorite show ever. You know, it's okay.
I haven't even played the games. I haven't watched the show, and I still every time I see stuff about the casting of that show, it makes me mad.
I played both the games, and I'm not even that mad about the casting of Bella Ramsey.
It's outrageous. It's so funny.
I'm not even that mad. I don't know why.
So many jokes about it because she looks nothing like the person in the game.
Does she have to look something like the person?
I mean, it would be. I would. If they made a video game, like a video game adaptation of my favorite video game, and the main character looked absolutely nothing like she or he does in the game, I would be upset. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love both the games, and I think they did a great job on the show still. Interesting. I think you're an outlier there. I see most people complain about it. I definitely think I am too, but it just doesn't rub me the wrong way, you know? Like it does some people. But, man, episode 2, heartbreaking episode. Dude, we got a recent Andor came out this week. Oh, yeah, I haven't watched that yet. We haven't watched it yet, which is surprising because we love Star Wars. We've been a little busy. Haven't had any time. No,
No, you haven't had any time. I also have not. I spend some time on Twitter from day to day. Fun fact about AJ. And I have seen some spoilers.
You have?
For Andor
I
Season
haven't.
3. Something kind of crazy happens
2.
that I was not... Season 2. All right, you know what? Something kind of crazy happens that I was not expecting for a Star Wars project.
Well, don't tell me.
Well, I'm not going to talk about it on here.
Wait, only like one episode is out, right?
3.
There's 3?
Yes.
It premiered with 3?
Yes.
When are we going to watch these?
I'll be watching them soon.
Do you want to watch it tomorrow?
Probably.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll be watching them as soon as I can.
Okay, well, do it with me.
Okay, man.
Well, interesting. So we'll let you guys know how we feel about the first 3 episodes
We
of
will.
Andor next week.
I've heard something crazy happens in episode 3.
Okay, well,
Something wild
Are you
that
like,
we probably shouldn't talk about on the podcast.
Like good crazy or
No.
like bad crazy?
No, like it's hard. It's hard to explain. I need to see it in the context of the story for it to make more sense.
Okay, well,
because I've only seen it spoiled on Twitter.
Well, yeah, excited to see Andor because it should be good.
Yeah, that's like the whole reason we did our Star Wars rankings, and then we haven't even watched the show yet.
We didn't watch it. We've been busy, guys. We're busy college students.
We are busy college students. We just wrapped up our second project for this one class.
Yeah. Good stuff. What else do we have to talk about? How have we gone from the last 2 episodes? We went over by like 20 minutes.
That's because we were talking about Star Wars.
Because we had, and now there's just a.
Did we talk about Star Wars news yet?
No, wait.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I know we talk about Star Wars every single episode.
We do, but hold on.
But Star Wars Celebration happened.
I'm going to give my thoughts after you share. You go for it.
It was Star Wars Celebration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars Celebration happened in Japan. Which, if it was in America, we probably would have gone.
Yeah.
If it's in America next year, we should go. But Star Wars Celebration is a big event, and they end up like announcing a lot of stuff for the future. So there's a couple of big announcements. Probably the most interesting one is a new Star Wars film in the works, directed by, I forget, what's his name?
But
it's directed by a guy.
He directed A Complete Unknown, right?
I think. Okay, but I'll find his name. But basically,
James Mangold, right?
I thought that was what it was, but I didn't want to sound wrong.
Gotta love James Mangold.
But James Mangold was there,
Great
and then
director.
they were like, he's like, yeah, we have this whole thing in the works. It's called Star Wars Starfighter. And then he was like, here, and here's our main actor.
He was like, the rumors are true.
The rumors
Ryan
are true,
Gosling walked on stage,
and it's Ryan Gosling. So Ryan Gosling is going to star in James Mangold's new Star Wars movie called Star Wars Starfighter.
Yeah.
And we don't really know anything about it.
You want to know how I feel about it?
How do you feel about it?
Ryan Gosling, Star Wars universe. Okay, fine, good actor. It's canceled by August.
That's what you think so?
It's canceled by August.
You think it'll be canceled?
Without a doubt. It's done by August. It's not happening. As bad as we want it to happen, it's not happening. Everything announced at Star Wars Celebration, except for some shows, has made it through. It's not happening.
I mean, I would hope you're wrong. But, like, yeah, the track record.
Honestly, I don't even hope I'm wrong.
I
think it happens.
Last Star Wars Celebration and, like, the one before, they're like, here, we have all of these movies in the works, and then they cancel everything. Like,
it doesn't
right
make it
after.
out of August. It survives pre-production.
I think it will. I think this is big news. It would be crazy. Like,
it survives pre-production and dies before filming.
It would be crazy if it happened again.
It's not happening.
Okay, but they released that, so hopefully that goes through and we have a Ryan Gosling starring in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, actually, this is how I feel about everything that was announced. Maul, not happening. It's all done.
No, it is happening. No, they're great at okay, so another thing they released.
It's not happening.
Is a new show about Maul.
All canceled.
Darth Maul.
Especially with the leadership transition at the end of the year.
Let me say what it is. But the new show about Darth Maul takes place. It's a little interesting. I don't know where this will take place because Maul has been in a lot of stuff like Clone Wars and things and Rebels, and then he dies in Rebels. Spoiler. I mean, we talked about that.
We did.
But so it's like, where is this going to take place? Because we know exactly where Maul dies in like other events, so they'll throw it in more time in the middle there. But this should be good. Everything that Disney Star Wars does with animated stuff, and especially Maul, is always good. So I don't see this getting canceled. And they already unlike Star Wars Starfighter, they showed like clips and stuff of this. Like they've been in production of this. So.
I think the change of leadership is going to mess some things up.
I think that let's have hope in these projects coming out.
Some could say we could have a new hope in these projects.
All right.
I don't have any hope, actually. Starfighter is done by August. Mark my words. All right, let's move on and talk about something else.
What else?
Was there anything else that was announced that was like huge?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's pretty interesting. There's some pretty interesting stuff at Star Wars Celebration. Ryan Gosling would be super cool in Star Wars, but will it happen? No.
Oh, wait. We got it will happen. Have faith.
Oh, we got another big
we got
miniseries.
We did. We got our first look of like a scene of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Oh, yeah, we did that too.
Which is gonna happen.
Oh, well, obviously that's going to happen. That's already filmed.
Okay, well,
I'm not saying that's going to get canceled, but that's probably not even going to be as good as we want it to.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
It'll probably be good, but it's probably not going to be that good.
They're good at Mandalorian stuff.
No, they are not. They butchered season 3.
Okay, that's fine. But they're gonna.
That's the most recent thing up until this point.
Yeah, but they're really good at the first 2, and they've heard the backlash against season 3.
And the Book of Boba Fett stinks.
Okay, yes, but they're gonna make this movie. The scene they showed was cool. It was Mandalorian like taking down like AT-ATs.
Yeah, that's cool. Does it make the movie good?
It's gonna. No. They can make this movie good. We don't even know the plot, but it's Mandalorian and Grogu, and probably like Ahsoka and all those characters in that time period are gonna be in it, and it's gonna be good. Probably Rebels stuff like Ezra and Hera and stuff. And this should be cool. I think it'll be good.
If Thrawn is the main villain, it'll be good.
He probably is. Like after Ahsoka.
If he is, it'll be good.
Also, Ahsoka season 2 was announced as well.
Yeah, that'll happen though because they actually already did season 1.
Apparently, Hayden Christensen is in it a lot. Is what they said. The actor of Anakin, which he was in it in like a bunch of flashbacks and stuff, and apparently he's in it a lot again this season. So I guess we're gonna see a lot more flashbacks.
Great.
That didn't sound happy.
Let me just... Okay. Why is it that we're spending the whole budget on the show to show more flashbacks of things we've already seen?
I guess. But
the flashbacks in season 1 were really... they were really good. They helped a lot with telling a story. But if we're doing it just to do nonsense flashbacks so we can give people nostalgia of Anakin Skywalker, what are we doing?
Yeah, I
Make
guess so.
it matter. Make it important to the story. Use each flashback to show something. Don't do it just to do a flashback so we can have Hayden Christensen reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker. That's why I'm a little terrified.
Yeah, I guess. Because, it was cool that they did in the first season, but, I don't know. I don't see where they use and throw all these flashbacks in.
Exactly.
For a second season.
What impact on the story is it going to have? Because it has to have something. You cannot... if you want it to be good, you can't just throw random flashbacks into the story and hope that it's good all of a sudden.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Is there anything else super important?
Any other news from this? Nothing crazy. I don't think so. I think those are the big announcements. Hopefully, there's freaking. That's it. That's about it.
All right. Well, so it wasn't even that eventful.
So hopefully these happen.
Hopefully they happen. They won't. Spoiler
They will.
alert.
Have faith.
There is no more hope. Rebellions are built on.
I was about to say that.
Well, maybe we should rebel against the Disney executives. We can go steal their Death Star plans.
Hire us to make them. Hire us to make Star Wars movies.
If they hired us, we could save the franchise. Honestly.
Okay, what's some non-Star Wars things we can talk about in the episode?
Oh man. Well, now that we already started talking about Star Wars, I honestly can't think. I'm joking.
Is there anything else in theaters right now? I've seen The Amateur. It's not worth seeing. We're gonna go see Sinners. Apparently, it is worth seeing.
It is worth seeing,
even though it seems a little weird. What else is out right now?
I don't know. I watched Braveheart this week. It was pretty good.
Oh, for the first time?
Yeah. Freedom! Yeah, Braveheart.
Very cool.
It was not what I was expecting, but people are right. It's really good.
No, Braveheart's really good.
That was fun. Oh, I watched Dune Part 2 again. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you here.
It's not that good.
No, it's really not. It's kind of like I have a couple notes here from someone who watched it. like, why all of a sudden is Fade Rotha so much better than the other guy to inherit Arrakis? What changes Paul's mind to head south? Like, he just randomly decides, like, oh, we're going to go south. What actually changes his mind? And then all of a sudden, Chani's tears just revive him because they do. There's a lot of stuff that just happens because it happens. And there's no, like, reason behind it. And it's like...
I just think it's boring.
And there were points where I was like, yeah, I'm going to play phone Tetris now because this is a little boring. And then for, like, the last fight part, I was like, man, this is awesome. But otherwise, the rest of it, I was like,
yeah, there's good moments, but it's like, all right, what's going on?
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah. Braveheart, on the other hand, I was locked in the whole time. This was all on the plane, by the way.
Nice. What did I watch over break? I watched Tombstone for the first time.
Ooh, good movie.
Which was really good. I'm a big fan of Westerns. And this movie was fire. It was really, Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. It was really good.
Yeah.
Really good acting. It's one of the best Westerns I've seen. It was really
so good.
Really freaking good.
Yeah. I also watched Shaun of the Dead for the first time.
Okay.
Which was a very fun Edgar Wright movie. And I also rewatched Hot Fuzz.
Nice.
Which is probably the funniest buddy cop comedy ever. Aside from 21 Jump Street, which I also rewatched part of at the end of my break.
What else did I watch? I watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time.
That's a good movie.
It was pretty solid. I've now seen 5 Quentin Tarantino movies.
Hey.
Out of the how many? 10?
We're getting closer to the 10.
Wait, there's 9.
There's 10. Oh wait, no, there's 9.
There's 9.
There's 9. Never
So
mind,
I've seen 5 of them, and this was
his 10th is coming. Never.
This is my 4th favorite out of the 5, but it was good. I thought it was good. I liked how it was shot. My filmmaking brain thought it was really cool. Like in that way, but I didn't think it was like a masterpiece or anything. I gave it like 4 stars. I thought it was really solid.
It was a solid movie. It's no Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like outrageously good like some of his other ones. I thought it was definitely better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for Quentin Tarantino, but I didn't think it was anywhere close to like Inglourious Basterds or Hateful Eight or anything.
Hateful Eight might be his best,
but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, Quentin Tarantino's a great director. And I liked all the stuff. It's an interesting style and everything he's got, and I enjoyed it. That's like all I watched over break. Anything crazy just going on in life right now?
We're that desperate for content.
We got 10 minutes left. We can just...
No, I've seen 6 Tarantinos. I need to see the Kill Bills still, and
Wait,
I don't know what else I need to see.
Which one have you seen more than I have? Have you seen You've seen Pulp Fiction, right? And you didn't like it?
I've seen Pulp Fiction.
I need to watch it.
Guys, I know that Pulp Fiction is, like, supposed to be a marvel of cinema. I do not agree with you. It's not good. I don't like it. All right.
I need to watch it.
My favorite Tarantino is easily The Hateful Eight.
Better than Inglourious Basterds?
Yes. I like it more. Easily.
I don't hate that. I think it's very good.
I love The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, do you think Quentin Tarantino's ever going to make his 10th movie?
No, he's not.
What was his last one? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
2019.
It was 2019, yeah. I don't know. What does he do? Like, genuinely, what is he, like, does he have another job? Like,
he doesn't need another job.
I mean, he's like loaded, but like, what do you think he does with his life? Like, what does the daily look like for Quentin Tarantino because he's just not making anything?
He probably sleeps in till like 2. Maybe gets up, puts on a bathrobe, goes and gets the mail. You know,
he's like basically retired. Like, he's been doing nothing for 6 years.
Makes some chicken wings. I don't know.
Like, I don't understand that. Like, directors like...
Well, he does, like, interviews on podcasts and stuff, because I've seen a lot of stuff with him. That's fun. I'd like to do that. I don't get that
sometimes. Like,
we should have Quentin Tarantino on our podcast.
Yeah.
Mr. Tarantino, if you're listening, please come on the podcast.
Talk to us on I know you're not up to anything, because you're not making movies.
So we know you're not doing anything, so you should
guest star.
You should come talk on 2 Tickets Please with us for a little bit.
I think he's listening.
I think he's listening, too. We can only hope. Anyway.
But that's what I think, like, when actors and directors, like, don't do anything for several years, like, what are you doing? Like, in your life?
Traveling, maybe? I don't know. I doubt he travels. I don't know what he does. But he's, like, talked about it. He's talked about how he hates, like, digital film. and how he loves doing it on old film, and how he hates streaming, and how he wants things in the theaters, and then you shouldn't be able to watch it for a year until it comes out on DVD. So
says all that just to not make anything.
Yeah, he says all that. Okay, here's my opinion. If I had his skill and fame right now, I'd be cranking out a movie probably every year and a half.
Yeah,
and I'd be making them good too.
It's not edgy to not make stuff.
No, it's.
You know what I'm saying?
You should be making films because you love making films. You should not be skipping making films because you hate how the landscape of the industry is.
We're crazy hating on Quentin Tarantino. I love his movies.
No, okay.
His movies are great.
Okay,
it's just the fact that you're not edgy and some really cool classic director for not making stuff.
Yeah. Let me preface this. Quentin Tarantino, I am a huge fan. I love your movies. You do some great work. But why don't you do more great work?
It's not cool that you release a movie every 10 years.
Yeah, no. I think for the love of cinema,
it would be way more cool if you were just pumping out great movies.
I
you can
agree.
Make some bad stuff.
Let's get another Hateful Eight.
Is he scared of messing up and making bad stuff? I don't know.
No way he's scared of that. He knows he's too good to be scared of.
What the heck is he doing?
We don't know. Getting the mail in a bathrobe every morning at 2 p.m.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Two Tickets Please episode 12. Yeah. Sorry we kind of went a little dry on today. There's not a whole lot to talk about except for the huge film news recently and Tarantino's absence of a 10th film. He said his 10th will be his final, though.
Dude, and then what?
And then what do? You keep getting the mail in a bathrobe at 2 p.m.?
He's not that old.
No, he's not, man. You don't want to do more films with Samuel L. Jackson because that would be a dream come true over here, man. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, you know what? This has been a great time on Two Tickets, Please. Do you want to wrap up now?
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Yeah, today was a little dry. Just kind of some other stuff.
Just randomly talking about.
Go listen to the other episodes, the past 2 episodes, for some real in-depth stuff.
Because we talk real in-depth stuff.
We talk a lot. The last couple about Star Wars and everything.
We just yap.
So yeah, hopefully we'll see a couple movies before next week, and we can.
That is the goal.
Come prepared with some cool stuff to talk about with you guys. So thanks so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to give us a 5-star rating on every app that you can possibly go to. And be sure to comment something on Instagram because we've been posting a little more, but not that much more. So interact on Instagram. Go follow the TikTok where we have no videos. And
go follow the Instagram.
And stay sharp, Cinemaniacs.
Oh, what a tagline.
Stay slippy, Cinemaniacs.
Oh.
Or ticket holders. Bye-bye, ticket holders.
See you guys.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.